Wait a few seconds, but then we should be good.
Breaker Crunchers! Welcome to another episode of Couch Crunchers, where we didn't like our last 3 episodes, so we decided to send a Terminator back in time to kill Corbin at a luau. I am your host tonight, Lance, Listmaster Lance. With me is my hetero life mate.
Max, the gamer guy.
How you doing tonight, Max?
I am doing well, dude. I'm doing
I'm ha-
well.
I'm having a bit of deja vu. Are we having
Yeah,
deja vu right now?
we are having a
That's
little bit of
weird.
deja vu. Yeah.
So,
Hey, it's
um,
working this time. Kyle's in the chat, so this time it actually worked.
Kyle, who did not see Terminator, so he's not on here tonight, unfortunately. Although he could just lie and tell us all that he did watch Terminator and just say how much he hated it and never really
Yeah.
saw
We're never gonna let him live that one down.
it. Well, tonight let's get into our show. So tonight, as you know, we're going to talk about Terminator. But before we get into Terminator, we're going to go over some of our latest headlines with Fab or Flub. So Fab or Flub is where we go over the latest headlines and we discuss if they're fabulous or flubulous. The first headline we have tonight is Zazie Beetz, who plays Domino in the Deadpool movie.
Hello.
Kyle, I don't watch movies, you know this. Wants to play Storm in the MCU's X-Men. Max, what do you think about this?
You know, I think it's an interesting idea. I don't think I like the idea though. Um, I don't know. I mean, she's a good actress. I think she'd be all right, but I'm gonna go with a flub. I think you could get someone better. Plus, she's already Domino in Deadpool, so it's just kind of weird. Like, how would that
Yeah,
work?
because they're not rebooting the franchise. It's the one thing that they're maintaining from Fox's Marvel universe is Deadpool.
Yeah, because he's awesome.
Yeah, so
The
but we don't know.
second most profitable R-rated superhero.
Second most now,
Yeah,
right? So, but we don't know. We don't know if Marvel's just going to say, well, those last two movies didn't happen, where we're just going to keep Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. So maybe there
yeah.
is an
They could
area for
reboot him
her.
and make a joke about it.
Right, right. I mean, he breaks the fourth wall all the time,
Yeah.
but I did like Domino. I did like Zazie Beetz as Domino. I would like her to continue as Domino. Kyle says Joker, meh. Yeah, we know.
We know you have a bad opinion. I went and
uh,
saw it for a second time. It's very good.
so, but I mean, I liked Zazie Beetz as Domino, and I liked Brolin as Cable, and I kind of hope they maintain that going forward. But you know, I think it's getting to the point where it's kind of in Kevin Feige we trust. So, you know, Kyle does have terrible taste in movies, but not terrible taste in TV shows.
I know
'Cause
you
we
guys and
both
your Judge Judy and your supernatural nonsense.
right. Which Supernatural this season has been on point.
Which is good. It's the
Best
final season.
I know, and they're hitting it out of the park, dude. It's like the last episode started with Dean going through, and it looked very like Red Hood ish, where he's just going through and killing people. Like the beginning of the episode, he's just going through and killing people and like flipping over people and shooting people like John Wick style and stuff. And it was friggin' awesome, dude. Like it was one of the coolest scenes I've ever seen in Supernatural. If you're not watching it, I would recommend it to anybody. The last two seasons have been, last three seasons even have been high points for Supernatural. So give it a
Kyle seems
chance.
to agree with you. Yeah.
But yeah, so I would like Zazie Beetz to stay Deadpool. Plus, I would like them to pick an actress for Storm that looks like she's from Africa, not somebody that's just African American. You know what I mean? Like somebody that looks from that country and ethnic like that, and I think it would add a lot to the character. They did a really good job with Black Panther, casting Chadwick Boseman because he looks the part. I hope they pick somebody that looks the part for Storm. That doesn't look like an American actress. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
I
think
think I know what you mean.
I think that would be awesome for Storm. But somebody like and it doesn't have to be her. And I think she's in Black Panther. I'm not sure, but the actress from Us.
I don't
I
think
think
she's in Black. No, wait, maybe she is. She's his girlfriend.
I believe so, but somebody
Yeah.
like that that's darker and looks like she's from that country, I think would be fantastic. But um, well, let's get into next. So Kevin Feige has come out and said that in order to understand future MCU movies, you have to watch the MCU shows that are going to be fact checker Lance. You're gonna have to watch the MCU shows that are going to be featured on Disney Plus. So WandaVision
Yeah.
and Winter Falcon and
I
or
love this.
Winter Soldier and what is it called? Falcon and
What?
Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Well, and
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye and
Yeah.
She-Hulk and Moon Knight and all of that. I love this. I think this is great. I mean, I think it sucks for more casual fans who aren't going to be getting Disney Plus, or if they do, they're not going to watch the shows. But I love this. One thing that I really didn't like about Agents of Shield is that it didn't tie both ways, and
It tried to
clearly,
in
but
the
not
beginning.
really. Like, so no. Agents of Shield was always like part of the movie universe, but it never felt like or sorry, the movies were part of Agents of Shield's universe, but it never felt like Agents of Shield were part of the movie universe. You know what I mean?
Right. I
And at this
remember.
point, I don't think they ever will be. Like, I think as far as the MCU is concerned, Coulson is dead, and Agents of Shield at this point is just some like offshoot, alternate reality.
Which is a shame because Daisy and Fitzsimmons are fantastic and they need to be brought into the movies. Like I think that's extremely short-sighted of Kevin Feige just because he has this, hatred of Ike Perlmutter and the other guy, I don't remember his name,
Yeah,
but Daisy and Fitzsimmons are fantastic. I mean, but he is looking at John Bernthal and Daredevil Charlie Cox, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
from rumors.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. The rumors. I think this is cool though. I love the idea of watching the TV shows on Disney Plus and them tying directly into the movies. I like this. I think required viewing is a good thing. I think it'll make the universe more tied together and fun. It might end up. I could see it having negative consequences though. Maybe not for a little while, but if they continue that trend, you might see people just not going to the movies anymore because they're like, well, I don't have time to watch all these TV shows on top of these movies and whatnot. But I don't know. I love it as a hardcore fan.
Yeah, I think that they're running the risk of it ruining their bottom line. Um, but then again, I don't know.
And I'm sure there are
Um,
some people that would hear us say that and say, you guys are crazy. It's not going to hurt their bottom line. Disney's never going to be hurting for money. And I agree, they aren't. But I think that maybe in 3 to 4 years, if this is still the case, it could potentially hurt the box office numbers. Because again, you might for the first few movies not have any issues, but then you get, 3, 4 years down the line, and people are like, "Gosh, dang it, I don't understand what's going on in all these movies now because of the TV shows." I don't know.
right. I don't know. Let's get into speaking of the MCU TV shows. Haley Steinfeld's Hawkeye future is in jeopardy due to her Apple TV commitments. She says that's not something that's necessarily happening. We're going to wait and find out, I guess. So, whatever opportunity might present itself in this space, I do think I will be able to tackle it now that I've had some experience under my belt. But it looks like because of her commitment with Apple TV that she may not be cast as Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye TV show.
So I'm confused by what she's saying. So that's not something that's necessarily happening. What's not something that's necessarily happening
Her casting.
as Hawkeye or the
Yeah, as Kate
replacement for
Bishop.
Kate Bishop. Well,
Yeah,
that would
because
be a
of her.
shame.
Yeah, I love her. I think she'd be
I
fantastic.
I love her too. I think she's amazing in Bumblebee. I think she's a great actress. I think she has the physicality to play a role like that. No, I this is a flub for me. I don't I want to see her in this role. That said, I'm sure they could find somebody that would do great, but I hope that's not the case. And
Right.
why in the world, Haley Steinfeld, would you take Apple TV over Marvel?
Well, it might just be a contractual thing. She might have signed a contract with Apple TV and now
Yeah, maybe.
she's stuck in something. That happens often. I mean, there's been
That's
plenty
true.
of actors that have missed out on roles because they signed an earlier contract and had to drop out.
That's true.
There's been Oscar winning roles that was originally supposed to be somebody else and didn't because of prior contracts and things like that. So,
Yeah, that's true.
you know,
That's a good point.
hindsight is 2020, right? So, I mean, if she knew that this was a possibility, maybe she wouldn't have signed that other contract. We don't know.
Yeah,
Let's see what else we got
I don't know.
here.
All in all, though, I don't know. It's too early to tell, but I think that she'd be a good pick.
Um, so we have a ton of Marvel news from what I'm realizing when I wrote all this stuff down. Um,
That's okay.
we have Marvel news and one thing from Star Wars. But let's go into some castings. So Taron Egerton, again, is having to address his Wolverine future. He says this about being Wolverine: it's unfounded. The only morsel of truth is that I'm a huge fan of the films, like 99.9% of the rest of the world. That's kind of it, really. I don't quite know where it comes from. I'm flattered but baffled by it. There are other characters that I think I'd be more suited to. Uh,
Kyle, if you're still there, get your keyboard typing. I'm sure you're going to agree with Taron Egerton on this one.
I want Taron Egerton as Wolverine, but and it seems like a lot of people do. It's just my close circle of friends don't. But
I I think this is this isn't surprising. Like, there's never been any basis in reality for him being Wolverine. It's just rumor and fan, casting. So I just
well,
have always
apparently
kind of
there's
found it
been
funny.
talks. Apparently there's been talks, and I think this is his way of kind of um, not pushing attention on those talks, because talks can fall through, and you'd hate to be the guy that's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play Wolverine, and then it doesn't happen. You know what I
Well,
mean?
just like Haley, why am I forgetting her name? We just talked about
Steinfeld.
her. Steinfeld, like, that was more like officially released, though, wasn't it? Or was that just rumor? Am I forgetting?
That was all rumor that they were
It was
talking over.
rumor.
There was no
Okay.
official thing, but there's been
Okay.
plenty of instances like that. Josh Hutcherson as Peter Parker, Logan Lerman as Peter Parker,
Oh yeah, there's
um,
always rumors about stuff.
the dude from Dylan O'Brien as Peter Parker. It's usually going around Peter Parker. Um,
Well, I mean, John Wick, Keanu Reeves was recently rumored to be in Fast and Furious. It sounds like that might actually be true, but there's just always rumors going out.
well, the rumor with Keanu Reeves is that voice at the end of the movie is Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, so I mean, I know it's in fact Ryan Reynolds, but like his character would be that voice at the end of Hobbs and Shaw. Is that what you're saying?
The voice that's talking to Idris Elba.
Yeah, my understanding is that's Ryan Reynolds doing that voice. They just like
No, there's a
digitized
lot of
it.
people that say it's Ryan Reynolds,
Oh,
but there's also people that are saying it's Keanu Reeves.
all right, Google. Let's do this fact checking for you, Lance.
I don't think anything's confirmed as of yet.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to like type quietly because I know the clickety clackety. Um, let's see here. Who was behind the mysterious Etheon voice in Hobbs and Shaw? Of course, it's a super long article that's gonna take until the very end. Oh, so it's just theories. The voice is Braga. That's one theory. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Who is the voice? Yeah, I'd have to like read up on too much for this. I don't have time
Yeah,
to do
there's
this
people
live
that
on the
say
show.
that have figured it out that it's Ryan Reynolds, but I don't understand how you could do that. I don't know.
So it just
Whatever.
says he likely voiced the director, but we don't know that.
Yeah, but there's
Okay.
other people that are saying that is in fact Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, whatever.
So
Anyway, we're getting off track with that one. The point is, there's always rumors going around, and we don't know who's going to actually be Wolverine. Like, we just don't know. So, I don't know. It could be Taron Egerton, and he'd be a cool pick. But at the same time, I don't think Marvel's planning on doing anything with the X-Men for a few more years. Let it stew. Let the crap fest that was Dark Phoenix, maybe the smell can die down a little bit. And then fans will be more willing for X-Men again, because we all know that the last two, so since 2016, the X-Men franchise has been kind of meh, unless you count Logan, which that's more of an offshoot. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, in Deadpool.
Yeah, again, offshoot. But yes.
Yeah. But, you know, speaking of bad things, I mean, Dark Phoenix was bad. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was nearly as bad as the Fantastic Four reboot.
No, it wasn't.
And
That
yet, it looks like they're rushing to get a Fantastic Four movie project done.
but that's been since 2015. So we're still 4 years, you know, since that movie. So it's been a while. That's what I'm saying. Like Dark Phoenix came out in June. So I think
Yeah,
we're
that's
a few
true.
years
Not enough
away.
time has passed. Matt says, thank you for joining the chat, Matt. He says that we won't see X-Men until 2023, and I tend to agree with that.
I think he's right. Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
4 years out before we see any X-Men.
But I
We
do
might get
think that we're...
casting news, like even next year.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah. Yeah, we'll probably get casting news by 2021, 2022. But I do think that we might see Fantastic Four before the X-Men. Which there has been
I think we
a
will.
ton of new fan art featuring John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, and it looks amazing.
Really?
Yeah, there's been a lot more stuff. Somebody did some Fantastic Four suits that look like the Endgame suits, the Avengers Endgame suits.
Yeah.
But they're Fantastic Four instead, and it's John Krasinski, and he's kind of stretched out, and then Emily Blunt is kind of like half translucent.
All right, so I'm gonna go to Google Images here. Then I'm gonna share, and you can tell me if any of these are what you were talking about. Ah, darn it! Hold on, I have to take this to a new window, otherwise it's gonna freak out on me. But there it is. Okay, here's the John Krasinski stuff. So are any of these what you're talking about?
Yeah, the one on the middle, second from the left.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, that is cool. That's interesting. Because my issue with John Krasinski recently, I used to really love the idea of him being cast. But my issue was that he's gotten kind of bulky, and I don't feel like he would fit that like tall, lengthy version of the hero. And he's been doing Jack Ryan, so he's going to need to stay kind of beefy. But I don't know.
I don't think he looks that beefy. I think just in Jack Ryan, like he's wearing bulletproof vests and stuff, and make him look bigger.
Yeah.
Because the picture right next to that, oh, that's interesting. The picture right next to the one that you clicked on is from Jack Ryan.
Yeah, and he looks he looks ripped. I think like he just looks. It's not a bad thing, but I could see past it. But he looks more like his original rumored to be Captain America. Like in this, he looks more like he'd be big enough to be Cap.
Well, they could work something into it that, like how they did in the first Captain America, where Steve Rogers is real lanky and everything like that, and then the super serum makes him strong. Maybe the interaction with his powers gives him a little bit of muscular tone.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
There's ways around it. It's easy plot fixes.
Yeah, well, and so let me ask you this. Sorry, have you watched any of Jack Ryan since we got on that topic?
I still can't get past the first 4 episodes.
Oh, that's right. You're still on season 1. I've only watched the first episode of season 2, but I liked it so far. I've just been preoccupied with other stuff and haven't gotten to watch more of it yet.
I tell you what I did. It's crazy. I haven't binged something in a long time. In one night, and we're kind of jumping ahead of ourselves because we were going to do the what we're watching piece, but I'll say it now. In one night, I watched the entire second season of End of the Effing World.
Uh-huh.
Holy crap. It is awesome. It is
Really?
so cool. And it's not like the first season was super violent and super bloody and super what the heck am I watching?
Mm-hmm.
This season seems like it's almost like that mixed with Royal Tenenbaums or something like that, like one of those Wes Anderson movies. And it's fantastic. I finished it this morning. I started it last night, watched 6 episodes, woke up this morning, watched the last 2 because I couldn't stop watching. It was
There were
so
8
good.
episodes, it sounds like.
8 episodes, yeah.
Yeah.
So Matt's saying it's rumored that Fantastic Four has already been cast, but it's being kept under wraps. I think it's John Krasinski. I think Kevin Feige has been wanting John Krasinski for something for a while.
Don't get me wrong, I'm down for it. I think he'd be a cool casting. I'm just, I don't think I'm as on board as others in the internet.
And I do think Human Torch is going to be Zac Efron.
That I'm totally on board with. He would be great at that.
So, and I'm trying to remember, was it The Rock that they recently looked at for the thing? I don't remember. I saw something about
Oof, that takes their whole budget out the window. No,
the thing casting. I don't remember who they were saying.
I don't think that's a good pick. I like The Rock. I think he's awesome, but no, I don't want
No,
him into that.
I don't like The Rock in that role because I think he plays the same guy in every movie. But
He does pretty much.
But
He could be a Shield agent. His one character that he plays in every movie could be a Shield agent.
yeah, I can't find it now.
Find
The other
what?
one they're saying is Dacre Montgomery,
I'm not super familiar with him.
Stranger Things. He plays
Oh, Red Ranger.
Billy. Yeah, Red Ranger. Yep.
Okay, that's an interesting pick.
Um,
Vin Diesel, make him the Thing.
Vin Diesel, I think, is going to be Black Bolt.
Oh, that's
Black
right.
Bolt, from the Inhumans.
Yeah, that's right. There's that rumor been going around.
But
I was just thinking big bald guys. That's all I was thinking. Not that they have to be bald. I was just, yeah. The original Fantastic Four had a big bald guy.
Because if you could get Vin Diesel, so they took Vin Diesel and made him Groot, where all he says is "I am Groot."
Just great for him.
Because Vin Diesel's voice is like the same in every movie, right? But then you make him Black Bolt, where you get the physical acting, where he's not too bad if you look at like Saving Private Ryan and some of those movies he's been in.
Yeah.
And then you take his voice out of the picture. It's genius. You get the star power of Vin Diesel, and you make him silent, and it's perfect. I think Bloodshot's gonna suck. By the way.
Yeah, I wasn't on the episode where they talked about that one. I am less excited about that. I have a friend who's he's been on the show before, Jordan. He loves Bloodshot, and he actually is excited about the movie. He thinks it looks good, but I don't. Granted, I'm less familiar with the subject matter, like the subject material, but he thinks it looks so good. He's like, yeah, it looks really good. He's like, I think they could have chose a different storyline, but I think they're going with this one. And he made me a little more excited about it based on his explanations. But all in all, I thought the trailer looked kind of dumb.
They didn't make him white. They didn't make him...
The albino thing, he's saying that that's part of one of the story arcs. Because that was one of my things. I'm like, well, what's up with he's not like super albino, and he's not like red eyes and all that. And he said that in the comics, he didn't start that way. He started off more like what Vin Diesel looks like, just a bald guy, like a normal looking human being who they keep wiping his memory and everything. Well, he thinks that by the end of the movie, Bloodshot will make himself look like that, because in the comics, that's what he does. He does that to himself. He makes himself look like that as kind of like a way of setting his own identity. Because if you watch the trailers, they're wiping his memory and giving him new memories all the time. He has no sense of like self or who he is. And according to Jordan, in the comics, that's what Bloodshot's doing, is he's making himself look less human because he doesn't feel human, and that's like giving himself a sense of identity.
It did seem like there was one part in the trailer where it looked like he was kind of albino when I watched the trailer. But I don't know.
Well, and I don't know how they'll do that. It could be that he is albino in that part of the trailer, and they tried to like digitally remove that so that you couldn't tell to avoid spoilers or something. I don't know. Yeah. I'm gonna go watch it. I'm intrigued, but I think it looks bad. Yeah, that's what tells you I'm a big fan of comic book movies. I'm like, it looks bad, but I'm gonna go watch it anyway.
Well, it's like Hellboy. I went and saw Hellboy, even though I knew it was gonna suck.
Yeah, I was trying to look around my office. I have some Bloodshot comics. I was going to try to bring them up on the screen here, but I can't find it.
So, next piece of news: Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse has been announced for July 2022. I think. I forgot to write down the release date.
I love it. I'm excited.
But that's not the Fab or Flub part. The Fab or Flub part is that they're introducing a new Spider-Man in this movie. Not introducing, they're bringing back one. Yeah. The 1979 Japanese Spider-Man. that was more in the vein of Power Rangers and Super Sentai than he was in Spider-Man. It was like Power Rangers, but in a Spider-Man suit.
Okay.
Um, and I just thought it would be funny. I don't know how familiar you are with this iteration of the character, but I thought it would be funny to go over some of his superpowers because some of them are similar to what we know Spider-Man to have, and then there's some that are like really out there. So, of course, he has superhuman strength. Apparently, he has superhuman speed. He has rapid healing, which we kind of knew. Decreased aging makes
Okay.
sense. Wall crawling,
Okay.
superhuman hearing,
Okay.
superhuman smell,
Okay.
night vision. So this is where the night monkey part comes in.
Okay.
X-ray vision. So now we're getting into Superman
Whoa.
territory.
Okay.
He can communicate with spiders. So this is Ant-Man territory.
Okay.
Precognitive dreams.
Wait, what? So instead of like
Pre.
Spidey sense?
No, he still has Spidey sense. Uh, Thank you, Matt. 2022. That's what I thought it was.
What did you say?
Um,
I thought that's what you said.
that is what I said, but I couldn't remember if it was June or July. I'm pretty sure it's June, but I don't remember. Spider sense. So he has spider sense, but this version of Spider-Man's spider sense seems to be more of a voice in his head guiding him rather than just a danger detection sense. So it's not like they get
So
the
this Spider-Man, the Japanese Spider-Man, suffers from psychosis.
apparently. But here's the other thing. He has power transfers. So, well, this Spider-Man is named Takuya. He can transfer his power to others through his Type B blood transfusion.
What?
Yeah, it's way out there, dude.
I'm sure that's not going to be in the freaking
No, the director
in
has
the
already
movie.
said. The director has already said that this guy is definitely in the movie.
No, no, no.
There's
That's
already
fine. I'm saying that power. Are they going to
no.
really work in the
Listen,
transfusion?
what I'm reading, from this is from the Marvel Wiki page, not Wikipedia.
No, that's
The
fine. I'm just saying I don't know if they're going to actually showcase that power in the movie. Like, where do they work that in?
I
Miles
don't know.
Morales gets knocked out and they have to do a blood transfusion from Japanese Spider-Man.
They
Like,
might not do it, but they can
yeah,
say, "Oh, I have this power."
yeah. By the way, man, I don't know what's going on, but you are very blurry.
I am.
Yeah.
Well, I do live out in the boonies, so. Um, but he's absolutely ridiculous. Now, get this. Now, I didn't write this part down, so I'm going to try my best to do this from memory. So, this version of Spider-Man, the Japanese Spider-Man, used to control a robot, right?
Okay.
And his enemies would become large, right? And he would use his robot to fight these enemies. And
So
then the
that
people,
sounds like the Power Rangers, like Megazords.
yes,
Okay, that's
because
funny.
the guy that created this version of Spider-Man, that when they had the license to do Spider-Man, went on to create Super Sentai, which is where Power Rangers come from. So he
Oh,
used,
really?
yeah,
Okay.
same guy. So he used this that he got from Spider-Man, put it in Super Sentai, and then Saban came in and used that for Power Rangers. And you know how Power Rangers works, the old ones, that
Oh,
the
yeah.
scenes where they're in the suits are Super Sentai, like they're stealing that from the show, and then they
Yeah.
add all the American things in after.
Yeah, the first, yeah, 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 I love that. That in the first like couple seasons, it's literally ripped from the old show, and they
Right.
just dub over it. And as a kid, I had no idea, and now I watch it again. I'm like, wait, she didn't actually make her lips did not make those noises.
Well, like here's the thing too. In the Super Sentai version, the Yellow Ranger is a guy. So if you notice in the show, when it snaps back to when they're in their Power Ranger suits, the Pink Ranger is wearing a skirt, but the Yellow Ranger is not. And the
Yeah,
Yellow Ranger in the American version's always been a girl, but she doesn't have a skirt.
yeah,
So it's a guy. Like, and it's supposed to be a guy, but they Americanized it and made it Asian female.
huh. Interesting. I didn't know
Yeah.
that piece. I
And
just
then
figured that Pink Ranger was supposed to be more prissy, and that's why she had a skirt. You know, it was the '90s, and they had to have the pink girl and the cheerleader type. You know, it was a stereotype back then.
the other thing is too, in the earlier versions, Zach, who played he's the Black Ranger, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever noticed this, but he's missing a finger.
No.
But when he's the Black Ranger, he has all 10 fingers.
No. I did not.
Go watch clips. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. But go watch clips of old Power Rangers, and you
Okay.
will see that he is missing a finger. Let me see
So
here
like
real
the
quick.
actor actually is missing that finger?
The actor is missing a finger. Let me see. How do I
Well, they are
share?
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, so his finger just morphs back on. Plot hole covered. There you go.
Okay, can you see my screen?
No. Hold on. That's probably because I need to allow it. Okay. There we go.
So do you see right here?
I can't really tell, no.
All right. How about that?
Yeah, I can tell there.
How about here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Same dude. 10 fingers. No finger. 10 fingers.
Huh. That's interesting. That's funny. Are you done sharing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So there. I don't know why we got in the topic of Power Rangers. What were we talking about? Oh, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
So,
And it was created, the guy that created Japanese Spider-Man created the Power Rangers eventually.
yeah. So I've come to the conclusion that Spider-Man is Marvel's version of Batman. So Batman has all these ridiculous spin-offs, shark repellent and all these things. I just got this Funko Pop in Tucson that is Spider-Man on a dune buggy.
Oh man.
It- you
That's
know,
awesome. I love that.
yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's
I
it's
love
just
that.
stupid. So Spider-Man, really, the possibilities are endless. Like if you keep going this animated show route, you could do some funny crap, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah,
Dude,
let's
I
get
I'm so on
go.
board though. That's all I wanted to say. I'm just totally on
Just make
board.
a goofy.
Well, and Spider Verse was so good. So yes, give us more.
Um. All right. So speaking of Spider-Man, Ben Mendelsohn, who plays Talos in Spider-Man: Far From Home and Captain Marvel, said that I think. So he's talking about the Sony and Disney dispute, right? And he says, I think what happens in these things is most of the time cooler heads prevail. He says, but shit, man, you can't lose Spider-Man from the Marvel universe. He's one of their absolute mother frickin' porn stars. Boy, I can name 30 that you could quite comfortably lose before you start thinking about losing Spider-Man. In fact, I cannot think of a single character who's more important to Marvel than Spider-Man. You got Hulk, you got Thor. None of them are more important than Spider-Man. None of them. So he basically equated Spider-Man to a porn star.
So here, let me say this.
Yeah.
I agree with him, but at the same time, I don't agree. So I don't ever want to see Spider-Man leave the MCU. Granted, we don't have much time left in the contracts that they've created, but I hopefully they renew those. I don't ever want to see
Oh,
him leave the
I think that
MCU.
that's deliberate. I think that this just short contract is deliberate because I think Apple's going to buy Sony and then Marvel's going to get the rights back anyways.
Fair enough. But aside from that, I guess I want to play devil's advocate. Spider-Man is the most important Marvel character, in my opinion. However, Disney, well, not even Disney, Paramount at the time, Marvel Studios, proved that they can create amazing Marvel content without any Spider-Man. I mean, they were what, 15, 16 movies in before they even introduced him? And granted, that's because they didn't own him, but clearly they can do awesome things without him. They've made Thor a superstar. Captain America, same thing. I mean, Captain America was already an A-lister, but like Thor and Iron Man were more like B-list characters, and now they are the top of the A-list. Hulk
Yeah.
is Hulk, but like Hulk doesn't. I mean, a lot of people love him, but like for me, he doesn't carry something on his own
No.
generally, And Spider-Man does, but Marvel has proved that they don't need him. You know what I mean?
Yes, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. With Endgame, we have since killed off, spoiler alert, Iron Man. Captain America's gone. Okay? So you lost your
Black
two heavy
Widow.
hitters. Black Widow's gone.
So three
Kind
of the
of.
main Avengers are gone.
There's not many characters in the MCU that you could get to replace those three.
I
Especially
agree.
actor wise, because a large reason why Iron Man and Chris and Captain America was so good was because of the actors that they chose. They have this kind of charisma to them. Not like they lost them. They can't do it anymore. There's not many. And Chris Hemsworth is hilarious, but we haven't like Ragnarok was good, but they had to completely retool the character, and now it sounds like almost Chris Hemsworth is going to pretty soon be on his way out. We don't know with this Love and Thunder thing that's happening and everything like that.
Where?
We don't know what's going on. No, nothing
Oh,
said
okay.
that. It just looks. Eventually,
Well,
his time's going to run out as well.
eventually, but I think he said recently that he still wants to do a ton more.
He may want to.
Yeah. Fair
Robert
enough.
Downey Jr. tried to fight the fact that they were going to kill him off.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Hold
he
on
didn't
just a
want to.
second. You can keep. Sorry.
He didn't want to be killed off. Um,
Sorry. I thought my wife was down here. I was going to ask her to get me water.
he didn't. He didn't want to be killed off, you know, and that's why you got to put a mini fridge right next to your computer, dude.
I should,
Mini
huh?
fridge right here.
I should.
It's filled with cases.
Maybe
of
I'll
water.
do that in the future. We're thinking we're going to redo all of our floors down here, so that's after that.
Yeah, but you know, it's. I think that would be like really because they've already tried to make Captain Marvel that new centerpiece, and Larson. I'm sorry, can't do it.
Well, that was
Right.
bad. That was a bad decision.
Right, she can't do it. And I mean, Hulk. They're trying to give him more of a personality with making him Professor Hulk, but I still don't think he can carry a movie. Maybe Kate Bishop, if they get Haley Steinfeld. We know that Haley Steinfeld can carry a movie. We don't know, but they've killed off these main guys. Anthony Mackie can't carry a movie. I'm sorry, he just can't. We've seen movies with Anthony Mackie. We've seen shows with Anthony Mackie, and he just does not have the charisma that Chris Evans has.
No.
So he's going to be reduced to a B character. Sebastian Stan, for whatever reason, they haven't made him into that marquee person. I think that he has the charisma to do that, but they haven't done that with him yet. Elizabeth Olsen, she's a lot of times she's reduced to a B character, and she's supposed to be the most powerful Avenger, right? Besides
Yeah.
Captain Marvel. So they're running out of characters unless they start introducing some new ones like Nova or Adam Warlock or some of these other characters, you know.
Yeah.
But
Which
Chris
they could
Pratt
do.
even
Which they could
say
do.
that again.
They
Yeah.
could do that. I mean, that's what Iron Man was. They just introduced him, and Robert Downey Jr. was fantastic. So I don't disagree with you. I think Spider-Man is the best. I'm just saying Marvel can do it. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I don't want them to. Plus, we had this conversation like 3 or 4 shows ago. So this is like the dead horse is like decaying, and we're still beating it.
So speaking of Iron Man, it's been rumored that Ironheart and the Thunderbolts are rumored in development at Marvel. So maybe, and it's possible that Robert Downey Jr. may come back to reprise his role as Iron Man for this Ironheart show, but more as like a Jarvis type character. That could be a way that they could save it if they find a young actress that has the charisma to carry that franchise.
So yeah. So like just his voice would be in Ironheart.
Well, and I may be wrong because I haven't read any Ironheart comics. I wish Sarah from Geeks Who Eat was on because she's a big Ironheart fan. But she apparently she finds Tony Stark's technology. There's a way that they could have like Tony Stark's AI that he used at the end of Endgame could be featured in the Ironheart movie and kind of guiding. I think her name is Riri through the through becoming Ironheart.
Yeah, so Matt says he thinks that Ironheart is going to be his kid, which I don't know how they would do that. I mean, they'd have to wait another like 10 years. She's too young. So I don't know if I agree with you on
And
that
see,
one, Matt.
I could see it being his kid, but I don't think that's the case because of the time jump that they did. Because they've made Ant-Man's daughter older. They're bringing in Kate Bishop. I think that this young Avengers is going to be in this timeline. Maybe in the future, Ironheart could be there, but she's still too young. And I think there's plans for Ant-Man's kid. I don't remember her name. Cassie.
Yeah, Cassie.
Cassie, Kate Bishop. I think
Okay,
bringing
so
back
based on
and
all these
Riri,
pictures,
she's black,
Zazie Beats could do this one.
but I think she needs to be younger.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But just like based on the look and all these pictures I've been clicking through, Zazie Beats could be an interesting. Look, she looks the part. Is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I agree. It's possible. I mean, I'm not gonna just shoot what Matt's saying down.
Oh,
It's
I can't. I
possible,
am.
but he says there's a deleted scene in Endgame where she comes back in the rescue armor.
Wasn't
But I think she needs to be older.
that was the girl from 13 Reasons Why, right? That got cut.
No, that girl is supposed to be with Hawkeye.
Oh, really?
Catherine
I thought she was
Langford,
supposed to
I
be
think her name
his.
is.
Catherine Langford. That's
No.
right. I thought she was supposed to be Tony's daughter.
No. This was there was rumors that she was going to be Kate Bishop.
Yeah,
And
Matt
there was
agrees
rumors-
with me. See, Matt. I'm going to let Matt be right this time because
Catherine Langford was involved with Hawkeye, not Iron Man. Here, I'm looking it up right now.
Okay, I'm excited for you to be fact checked incorrect.
Hawkeye's crime-fighting daughter was rumored to be in Avengers 4, but Catherine Langford's scenes got deleted. That's what I'm reading right here. She was Hawkeye.
Okay. Well, at any rate, like I'm down with her being in the MCU. I don't think that I need it to be Tony's daughter, although that would be cool. I just don't see how they would do it because she's like 5. So, I mean, she's got to be at least a teenager to be a superhero. I don't know. Unless
Catherine
they do another
Langford
time
actually
jump.
went forward and filmed scenes.
Yeah. I guess I'm just not sure how they would do it. I know she's filmed scenes, and I from what I've heard, I still think Matt and I are right that she was Tony's daughter. Just not sure how that would have worked.
Yeah, I would press you to show me an article that says that because nothing I read from when she was cast because we talked about it on this show.
Yeah, and I thought we talked about it being.
Kate Bishop.
Well, then I hope that she's not Kate Bishop because I would rather see Haley Steinfeld.
Well, this Haley Steinfeld thing's new. This Haley Steinfeld thing is a new thing since after Endgame. Catherine Langford filmed scenes for Endgame that were cut.
Yeah. No, I know.
But as Hawkeye's daughter.
Yeah.
So in original writings, Hawkeye's daughter wasn't going to die in the snap.
Okay, and so she was going to be like part of the story, like helping them in some way.
No, I believe Hawkeye was going to die. There's been many people that have died.
Matt's about to provide proof.
I'd like to see it because I've just looked up 6 articles that tell me that Matt's wrong.
He says here's proof, but there's no proof. Waiting for the link. Anyway. Oh, he just posted it. Where, though? Where did you post it, Matt? I don't know. Anyway, if he's right, we'll come back to that, I guess. In the chat, he says, but it's not here in the chat. I don't know. Something's weird. Shoot it to us on a Facebook message or something, Matt. Because, yeah. Oh, there we go. He sent... Oh, in that chat. He did send it in a Facebook message. That's funny. Oh, it's a video, so we're definitely not going to be able to watch this while we're live here. At any rate, see what the video. Yeah, no, the video. This is from the John Campea show. A lot of talking.
So I'm seeing here there's a rumor that she was going to be uh, in a dream sequence with Tony Stark where he saw her in a dream sequence.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more articles that are saying that she was Kate Bishop.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not official. So there we go. Now he sent something from Collider, I mean. So that is probably going to be easier because it should be readable. All right. Yeah, so the intention, this is what Joe Russo said. The idea was that Tony received a semblance of solace after his sacrifice, that everything would be okay. The intention was that his future daughter, because these films are dealing with magic, his future daughter forgave him and sort of gave him peace to go. And the idea felt resonant, but it was just too many ideas in an overly complicated movie. So Joe Russo himself was talking about this. There was an idea that we had that Tony was going to go into the metaphysical way station that Thanos goes in when he snapped his fingers, and that there was going to be a future version of his daughter in that way station. And it looks like it was going to be her. So, fact checked.
Yeah, so the article that I just read said they shot scenes with her with Hawkeye.
I don't know.
But he doesn't say that it was Catherine Langford. That's just
true.
the person with the article.
Yeah, you're right. All right, well, can we just call you right and move on?
I know we spent too much time on this. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Okay, so let's get into the last little bit of news. The next Star Wars will be the last installment for a while.
Sucks. I hate this. Flub. I hate it.
Which I don't understand because The Mandalorian's coming out.
Well,
So
that's
it's not going to be the last installment. So they're saying last movie installment?
Yeah. Yeah, they're not going to do another movie for a while. And whatever. I get it. Most fans don't agree with me. Most fans are kind of tired of what Star Wars is doing. I love it. I want all the Star Wars all the time. If I could have one every year like they've been doing since 2015, I would be happy. But I'm in the minority, so I'm going to say Flub.
I think the issue is that when you're focusing on one storyline and you're coming out with a movie every year, quality tends to diminish.
Well, they weren't. They've been coming out every other year. The ones in between were the filler movies. So Rogue One and Solo were the in-betweens.
Yeah, but Solo stunk.
Solo didn't stink. I liked Solo. Solo was good.
It wasn't good.
It was good, not great.
Rogue One was fantastic.
Rogue One was awesome.
But the other three just aren't generally looked at as good films.
The Last Jedi is looked at as horrible. Have you watched Episode 1 and 2 lately, Star Wars fans? Rewatch Episode 8, okay? It's not terrible. Not compared to those two, okay? It's not the best, but it's not awful.
Well, and The Force Awakens is just a rehash.
Yeah, but most fans, I think, agree that it was still good. It could have been better. I don't like that it's a rehash, but it was still good. I mean, we're going to talk about another movie that's essentially a rehash, and I think it worked. Terminator. We'll get into that later, but that's essentially what it was. It was a rehash of the first two. Kind of the second one more than the first one.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe if they got J.J. Abrams to do it, it would have been more successful.
What? Terminator? Yeah. Maybe. I'm a little disappointed that didn't make money.
Yeah.
But,
well, let's get into... Do you want to get into Terminator next, or do you want to get into what we're watching?
Let's talk about what we're watching.
All right. So I'll let you go first, my friend, since I've already name-dropped End of the Effing World.
Well, I'm watching several things slowly because I've been gaming more. So Jack Ryan season 2 I started watching, and I've only watched the first episode so far. I had some time. I was traveling for work last week and had it on my phone. But that's actually something else I'm going to talk about because most of my free time at that work trip was spent playing video games remotely via the internet on Project X Cloud. So let me talk about this. Okay. Project X Cloud is a new service that is coming out from Xbox, and it's essentially streaming of video games. So not the first time this has happened. NVIDIA for PC has this. I've never used that one, but it's been out for years. It's just consoles are generally more popular than PC. The other is that PlayStation currently you can stream from the console. So if you want to just
Wait, what?
yeah, PS4. If you want to stream to your phone, you can hook up your controller to any screen basically via Bluetooth to your tablet or your phone, and you can stream from your console to your phone. I do it
Like
sometimes.
in a different state?
Yeah, if you wanted to. I
I
did
can
it
play my Spider-Man game
from
your
your
house in
phone
Colorado
in my house. Yeah, you totally could. Yeah,
on my iPad.
yeah, yeah. You could.
Okay, you're gonna have to show me this. Does
Yeah,
my PlayStation have to be on?
it does, but if you have the settings right, you can turn it on remotely.
Oh my gosh,
Isn't that cool?
this is way cool. Who needs a Nintendo Switch?
Well, if you don't have internet, then a Switch is going to be better. But yeah, I'm not a Switch guy. None of those games appeal to me really. I mean, they do.
Oh,
Zelda's fun and Mario's fun. I love them
Zelda
all.
is amazing.
I know I've played it and it's fun. I just don't want to spend another $300 and then another 60 on games each game. Like I've already got my Xbox and PS4. I'm not interested enough to spend the extra money on it.
I would say my Switch gets more play in my house than my Xbox and PlayStation 4.
Yeah, you've got kids.
No,
I
from me.
myself. Oh,
From
really?
me.
Oh, fair enough. And adults, there's a lot of adults that love it, and that's totally fine. It's less my thing. I would rather play Destiny, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, games that are on PS4 and Xbox than I would Nintendo games. I've lost interest in them over the years. Still like them.
Yeah. I love I don't know, the Switch is an incredible piece of hardware.
It is.
Like it's really cool.
I've played it a bunch. I don't own it, but I've played it a bunch, and it's great. But yeah, you can stream from your PS4. I did it. It didn't work great, but I was on hotel Wi-Fi. But that's what's also going to be so cool about xCloud. So when I'm at home, I will occasionally Kelsey and I'll be watching TV, and I'll play Destiny on my phone. I'll stream it from my PS4 to my phone and play a little bit. It's a little bit laggy because Destiny is 100% online, but it works. And I can go in, I can do strikes, I can grind some stuff, and it's not a bad experience. Strikes that are easy. I don't want to be doing, if you're a Destiny fan, you'd know what I'm talking about. I don't want to be doing a Nightfall or a raid or the dungeon or anything like that on my phone, but I can do it. Well, in the hotel, it was so slow, I couldn't even do basic stuff because internet at a hotel is usually bad.
Right.
Well, that's what was so cool about Project xCloud. So xCloud doesn't stream from your console, although Xbox is going to allow console streaming soon in the near future. What they do is they have servers that stream the game to your device. And so it's a similar idea. You grab a controller that has Bluetooth, which for Xbox is only controllers that are from the S or later. You can't use the original Xbox controllers. They don't have Bluetooth. So I took my Xbox One X controller on the trip with me, hooked it up to my phone and on my tablet at different times. I played on my mobile network, which you can't do on the PlayStation. You can't do the mobile network. You can only do Wi-Fi. I played on the mobile network from the airport, playing freaking Halo 5 while I was waiting for my flight, and it worked amazing. And then I was in the hotel with crappy Wi-Fi where Destiny from my PS4 streaming didn't work, and I played Halo 5, and it picked me up. Here's what was really cool. It syncs to your profile, and it picked me up where I was last at in the Halo 5 campaign, which is like the second or third mission, from my checkpoint. It picked me up from my checkpoint, and I played the rest of the game while I was on my trip from my freaking tablet in my hotel room. And there were a few times where it stuttered and it didn't perform well. But for a single player, not online experience, it was freaking awesome. I loved it.
So the Nintendo Switch has Android in it, right?
I don't know.
You can jailbreak your Nintendo Switch. I wonder if you could stream to your Nintendo Switch and use those controllers. on the side.
Maybe that'd be maybe. I guess if you turned it in, maybe because right now Project X Cloud is only in beta and it's only available on certain Android devices. You can't use it on iPhone or iPad yet. It's not super restricted though, because I was playing on like a Samsung Galaxy Tab that I got for free when I renewed my contract like a year ago. So it wasn't like it was a nice tab, but the Apple stuff doesn't work with it yet. But at any rate, like it's a cool feature, and that's what I've been doing. That's what I did a lot of. Super fun. And then on top of that, I have been watching Titans, which the last two episodes weren't as good. I don't know if you're still in the chat, Matt, but they just they got slow. Like for a internet TV show that's supposed to only be 15 episodes, the last two episodes have been kind of fillery, and I don't like that. I watch this other
I'm
stuff
still
to get
listening.
away. You're good. I watch this kind of stuff to get away from the filler, so I was a little disappointed to see the filler here. So at any rate,
So that's a shame because I've been looking forward to starting that. There's just been so much.
the
So much
rest
that
of
I've
the
been watching.
season, the rest of the season's been fantastic. It's just that the last two episodes, they haven't been bad. They're still good. They just aren't as good. Like the last episode, without getting into spoilers, had some really cool stuff that moved Nightwing's story along a little bit more because he's still not officially Nightwing, but they've been teasing it for a while now. Like, so he starts off as Robin with a bow staff. And there's a part where he's fighting somebody, and the bow staff gets broken in half, and now he's got two batons. And you see him fighting like that. So that's like an Easter egg for him becoming Nightwing. And when he has the two batons, you see him like throw them at people like he would as Nightwing. And so like they're doing teasers for that. And this latest episode did even more teasing for Nightwing. And I am excited about that. There was just some other filler stuff. So like the previous episode, the Titans all were so dumb. My brother and I were talking about how stupid they were. And they're still stupid. So hopefully it gets better. There's only 2 episodes left, so hopefully the story ties up well and is good. But the first season didn't have any of that filler crap, whereas this one has a little bit more, and it's disappointing.
That's a shame. I don't like when they do that. Like I wish the CW would get away from doing that.
Me too.
Because I think that their shows have awesome storytelling, and I think they're selling themselves short when they do crap like that. I don't think it's needed. Like, just don't have a 22 episode season then.
I agree. But there's a lot of people out there that disagree. I saw someone online the other day. It was actually, I think, today, talking about Titans and how the guy reviewing it said that he also thought it was kind of filler. And the comment was, I really missed the days when there was just like one villain in that episode and it all got resolved in one episode. I'm like, so you like the villain of the week thing? Because I hate that. I do not like villain of the week.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Like, that's just cheap storytelling. Like, make it make it a start and a finish. Like, give me a reason to tune in every week. Like Lost did that really well. Like, it would have an opening episode and you would follow a storyline to the last episode, and then it would start another segment, for next season. Like,
Yeah, and I like that. I like that better. 24
Yeah.
did that. I mean, it's been in TV shows for a long time, and it's now it's much more common in comic book shows. I mean, Daredevil, the first season came out in 2013, something like that, and that's what that was. It was all Kingpin the whole time, so it's common now, especially in the streaming services.
I like what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does, where they take a season and they split it in threes.
Yeah, but there's
So
still like
you-
one overarching story still.
Yeah, there's one story that goes from start to finish, but then you have the first third of the season is Ghost Rider. Then you have the second third of the season was the
LMDs, right? Lifelong decoys.
no, that was the end. LMDs, right? And then they go into
The framework.
the framework.
Still one of the best
But-
seasons of television ever.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. They knocked it out of the park.
Like of any of the shows. Like seriously, what a great season.
Right. It's a shame that people didn't watch it
Excuse me.
because it would probably still be going.
Well, they have one more season.
No, but this season's ending.
Yeah, it's going to be the
whole
end of the show. But that's a good
because
run.
they're
7 seasons, man. That's
I know, but it's ending because their ratings have never been stellar.
yeah. Well, it's
You
all right.
know,
We're moving into Disney Plus.
right?
Anyway, that's what I've been watching. I've been playing Destiny as well. I just finished the COD campaign, Modern Warfare, which the story is kind of just generic, but holy crap, if you guys like COD campaigns, Call of Duty, I mean, the Modern Warfare campaign is so freaking fun. Oh my gosh. So much fun. And
Really?
then Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order comes out next week, and we should be doing a show next week again, and I will be talking about that because woo, yeah,
Hmm.
Jedi.
So, yeah. So what I've been watching. So I finished End of the Effing World, which I'm not sure if you're supposed to say effing or the actual F word. There's no point in me saying it right now, but you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Because the way it's written, so I don't know exactly how you're
that's
supposed
a
to say it,
Netflix
but
show, right?
it's a Netflix show, right? But
Yeah.
it's spelled like the title says F dash 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 or asterisk 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 ing world. So I don't know if you're supposed to say effing or if you're supposed to say fucking. You
Whatever
know,
you want.
I don't know. It's fantastic. It's so good. Everybody was kind of
Isn't it
because
a
it's based
comedy?
off a book. It's humorous. It's a really dark comedy. If it's a comedy, it's a dark comedy.
No.
Um, it's so the show the first season was based off a book from my understanding, and the end of the first season just kind of ends like you're like, okay, it can't continue, right? So when they announced a second season, everybody's like, what the heck, like how are they announcing a second season? And it does it pretty well, and it kind of changes the tone of the show a little bit, but in a good way. Like it's now about, so in the first season they do all this crappy stuff, but it's kind of like they're justified in the stuff they're doing a little
Okay.
bit. So the second season kind of starts out, you don't know who's alive, you don't know who's dead, you don't know what's going on, but it just drops little fillers in every now and then to let you know what the end of the first season did. Um, it's fantastic. Like it's excellent storytelling. I was captivated, and I haven't been that way with the TV show in quite a while. So anybody that's looking to watch a new TV show, End of the Effing World on Netflix, it should be that show. Max, I
So
think you would like it. It's very artsy, but like dark humory a little bit.
yeah, I think I would. I've seen bits and pieces of it. There was well, not bits and pieces. I've seen like one scene where they were in like a gas station or something like that. And that might be how the show starts. I don't know, but they're like in a gas station and this guy quits his job and it's just kind of it's just like
Yeah,
dry humor. Is that the beginning of the show?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it was
very
funny.
dry humor.
Yeah, I
It's
liked it though.
really good. The performances are just amazing. These two kids, I'm not sure how old they are, but I'm assuming they're kids because the first season they play 17-year-olds. Their chemistry with each other and their kind of, I don't want to call it comedic timing because it kind of sells their performance a little short, I think, when you say that. Because yes, it's funny, but it's not, yeah, those two.
Yeah,
It's not like slapstick funny. You know, it's dark humor. But their
yeah,
their timing with each other and just the chemistry that those two have with each other is spot on. It's some of the best performance work I've seen in a long time. A long
really.
time. Yeah, it's fantastic. And I don't know, it might just be my weird sense of humor the reason I like it so much. I have no idea.
Yeah,
But I would recommend that to anyone. The second thing that we've been watching is Atypical.
I've heard good
Um,
things about that.
fantastic show. It's that one's a little bit more in the comedy realm. It's a sitcom, but not like a multi-camera laugh track sitcom. Like it's a drama sitcom kind of.
Okay,
Um, that kid in there that plays Sam, who has high functioning autism, his performance is award worthy. Like he's just, I don't know, that show is very well done. And Anna and I have been getting into that one. The other one that's kind of more stupid, that's not really good, but it's funny, so it's worth watching, is Insatiable.
Okay.
We've been watching that one, and that one is about the beauty queen that gets fat, and there's like murders and all this other stuff that, or she was fat, gets her jaw wired shut because a homeless guy punches her in the face, and then she turns really hot and becomes a beauty queen. It's really stupid,
Oh,
dude.
yeah. I've heard of that one.
That one's been pretty funny. The other one is Emergence, which I've talked about a few times on this show, which is on ABC, I want to say. That show's been getting really good too. It kind of has that kind of Lost feel a little bit,
Okay.
where it's kind of like conspiracies and things like that. You know what kind of show I'm talking about? Like
Which show is this again?
Emergence.
Okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That kind of show,
Yeah.
Lost, Manifest, and there's been a lot of shows that come out like that.
Yeah.
And then of course, and Kyle will appreciate this,
Judge Judy.
Supernatural.
Oh, okay.
Supernatural has been, they're really making a point that it's their last season. Like every episode has just been full of content. There's no filler episodes. Every episode is going to have meaning in this. They're bringing a bunch of characters that we haven't seen for a number of years back, in minor roles, but they're kind of giving them that closure that they
Yeah.
need. Last week had a death in it that I immediately texted Kyle. I said, please tell me you've seen this because I have to talk to somebody about this. It's one of those moments that and he texted me right after he saw it and he goes, oh my gosh, this person. And I said, I know. And that was pretty much the extent of our conversation. But it's Supernatural this season's just been on point. But that's pretty much what I've been watching. Oh, and I
Nice.
am gonna read what is it called, Diminished Return, I think is what's called, by Joe Newcomer, who sent me his book in the mail, and I promised him I was going to read it. So I hear that it's fantastic, so I'm looking forward to reading that too.
Nice. Awesome. Well, should we talk about the fate of the Terminators?
Yes. So I'll let you go first.
Well,
What's your thoughts on the movie?
as usual, guys, spoilers. So now is the time to leave if you do not
Well, it
want
sounds
to
like
be
a lot of
spoiled.
people aren't intending on watching it. So
Fair enough. If you don't care, then. All right, so here's the thing. Here's what I'll say first of all. If you are being a negative Nancy based on the previous movies, stop. Stop being a poop butt. Like, stop being dumb. Like,
a poop
suck it up. Yeah. Suck it up and go watch the movie because it's good. I really liked it. Like, it's not like some artsy masterpiece like Joker could be argued to be, but for what it is, it's great. I would say it's either my second or third favorite Terminator movie. It's close to as good as the original. I think it's just a little under the original. So it would go T2, T1, Terminator Dark Fate. And depending on my mood, Dark Fate might actually be above T1. Like I really liked it. I thought it was really good, and I'm disappointed it's not doing better because I would have loved to have seen a sequel. I thought Gabriel Luna was awesome as the
Yeah,
Terminator.
he
He
was
was
awesome.
so good. And earlier I mentioned that it was kind of a ripoff of the Terminator 2 because it's literally like the exact same powers. Not literally, there's a few added ones, but it's basically the same exact powers of the second Terminator.
Well, I like the thing that he can do where he like separates.
Yeah, so that was new. And it was cool because it picks up 20 years after the second movie. And they did stop D-Day, which is kind of cool. I know some people found it annoying that, so they stopped D-Day and then T3 comes out and they just delayed it. Like people didn't like that. And then Terminator Genesis, even though I enjoyed it, it is convoluted. Like the story's kind of convoluted and weird and it doesn't fit. I almost just look at that as an alternate timeline. But this one is a direct sequel. And again, we said spoilers. John Connor dies at the very beginning. And I heard someone
Yeah.
say how mad they were about that. They're like, "That's stupid. Why would you kill John Connor? What was the point of him then? He helped stop D-Day. That was the point. 20 years earlier, he stopped Judgment Day, not D-Day, Judgment Day. He stopped it with his mother. Something else
Well, here's the
happened,
thing.
but
Anybody going in that movie that's not it's in the title where it says Dark Fate, right?
yeah,
It's their fate that it's going to happen,
yeah,
right? Because they killed John Connor and then it happens anyways, but differently. A different company, a different AI. You know, T100s don't exist in this. Skynet doesn't exist in this. It's a totally different company. It happens anyways. That is the definition of fate.
yeah. Well,
Should
and
be
I
in the
also,
title.
yeah, and I love how they brought the T100 in Terminator for Arnold Schwarzenegger, and how they de-aged him and he killed John. Like his original mission, he succeeded. He killed John Connor, and then he ages and he grows a conscience basically, and so interesting. And I love how they did it, and it tracks, because you have the second Terminator where you see that he evolved and he, like he became a good robot. I mean, he was programmed, but he was learning.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one, you can see 20 years of learning from that same robot and how he evolved and became different. And I really enjoyed it. I thought that the enhanced girl was kind of cool. I loved, I'm forgetting the actress's name, but the Mexican girl, she
Mm-hmm.
was awesome. She's beautiful as well, by the way. But she was a really cool character. I didn't like the flash forwards of her. I thought they made her look really weird. But
I don't feel like she aged at all. When they
yeah,
showed
it's
the
like
flash
they
forwards.
tried to like put her hair back and make her look like so much more
Yeah, they
like
should have just cast a different actress.
or done something better because she didn't look any older.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it and found it to be a good time. So, what did you think?
It, I thought it was great. Now, I'm one of the rare few that actually enjoyed Genesis. I
Me
did
too.
not like Terminator 3, and I did not like Salvation. I know you liked Salvation,
I
but
love Salvation.
your opinion's a little skewed because it's the first one you ever saw.
True.
But if you
I don't know.
saw them in
Matt says
sequential
that's
order,
racist. Is it racist that I said she's Mexican? Because the character is literally from Mexico.
half
So
the
it's
movie
not
takes
racist.
place.
It's fact. I don't know if
Half the
the
movie
actress
takes
is
place in
Mexican.
Mexico.
The character is Mexican.
Yeah,
Not
half the movie
racist.
takes place in Mexico.
Yeah.
Um, and she's a resident of there, so I'm pretty sure that means Mexican. So I don't know, but
I'm sure he's messing with us, but I'm just like,
I know
what's
he is. So I liked Genesis. I did not like Salvation. I didn't like Terminator 3. But this movie is better than Genesis. My current ranking would be similar to yours: T2, T1, T3. I do not think it would go
not
above
T3.
T. Oh, no. This one
This
I'm
one.
calling T3. Dark Fate. I don't think it would go above Terminator 1, but it is close. The only reason I wouldn't put it above the original two movies, well, T2 is just fantastic, but the only reason I wouldn't put it above T1 is because I felt like what's Sarah Connor's actress name? Or
I'm.
Linda Hamilton.
Thank you.
Uh, she is not a good actress.
She was better in this.
Um, I don't know.
You don't think so?
No.
I think she's good at this role. I don't think she's amazing as an actress, but I think she's good in this role. I think she's what made those. I think she is a big part of the reason that the best three are the ones she's in.
No, I think a big part of the reason why the three that she's in are the best ones is not because of her. It's because of James Cameron.
For sure, but James Cameron didn't direct this one. He was more involved, but he didn't
Yeah, but
direct it.
he helped write the story.
Yeah.
You know, so he was very much involved in this, and he's the one that came out and said this one ignores the last three movies, and like he was a big reason for that.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that it's not doing well because I do think it's a good film. It's a popcorn flick for sure, but
But all of them
it's
are.
fun. It's fun. Like the performances were good, the story was good. I thought the female Terminator that was like half human, half I don't know her name, Grace. I
Yeah.
thought she was great. She was believable in that role. I'd like to see more of her in it, but that's probably not going to happen,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Based on the how it's been doing financially, I think that franchise might be dead.
Yeah, they're saying it's going to lose 120 million.
Ooh. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not good.
but
That's not good.
it's not dead. They'll try to revive it in 10, 15 years. I just think it's Genesis happened too soon. There wasn't enough time that passed between the two. And I think when you do that and it's not a direct continuation of the one that people saw, just what, 4 or 5 years ago, that people are like, oh, no, I'm not into another reboot because Genesis was supposed to be that reboot.
Yeah.
If
But
you
people
remember, I
hated it.
mean, Jai Courtney was cast in it, Emil Clark was cast in it. It was
And it
supposed to be
was
a reboot.
good, but I do think that another reason that this one was good is that it went back to being rated R. And Terminator has never been like gratuitous in violence or sex or even language. Like it's really neutral on all of that, but I think it needs it to a degree. And I do think that that worked in this movie's favor. Granted, T3 was rated R and it wasn't very good. I mean, I liked it, but it was meh. But I don't know. I
Yeah.
think that plays a factor. Like the creativity of the franchise is more open. You know what I mean? I don't know. I I think that played a factor in it as well. But it's a shame because it was getting good reviews before it even came out. It was getting a lot of buzz. Everyone was saying best one since T2. You know, like every review was saying that, and somehow that still didn't convince people that it would be
I
worth
think
seeing.
people are just. I think it's just an overdone franchise.
They're fatigued by it.
Yeah, that needs a break. I think it needs a
I
break, and then
I loved it. I want to go see it again tonight. Like, I
yeah, I would
really
love to go
liked it.
see it again. I would
Yeah.
love to go see it again, but
It's
I
like
mean,
that's the kind of thing that if it was still in theaters when you come to town, which it won't be, I'm sure, or definitely not in D box, like that's when I'd want to go see in D box with you.
oh, that'd be
You know,
fun.
like because when you're here, that was our plan, but I don't know what movies are going to be available for that.
There's a couple that are coming out. Let's
We can
actually
talk
talk on that
offline.
real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see what's coming out soon.
Okay.
But I mean, we can't go into too much detail on it because I think most people know kind of what it is about. I mean, it's a direct rehash of T2, right?
Well, and yes, and to a degree, T1. Well, no, more T2 because they're not sending a Terminator after the mother of a hero. They're sending the Terminator after the hero, like they did in T2. And that was a cool twist. Like I think they did that well, where they made you think that she was the daughter of some hero, kind of like Sarah Connor, and so Sarah Connor like has this connection with her, like, oh, I know what it's like to be you because I was you. And then you find out, in the third act, oh wait, no, she is the hero of the resistance in the future or whatever it's called.
Which they did not do a very good job of hiding that because they said
Yeah.
way too many times, like, "Oh, she's only protecting you because you're gonna give birth." Like Linda Hamilton says that several times. The first time she said it, I was like, "Why would they say that?" The only reason they would say that is because it's not true.
I
I figured it out. Like
don't
that was the
agree
only
with
thing.
you because they said that a bunch of times in the first Terminator, and it was true.
Yeah, but that's in a time when there wasn't all these like feminist things going on.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
1989, the level of storytelling was not what it is today. And there wasn't this feminist movement going through where you want to make the female the heroine, which there was nothing wrong with it. I think it works in the story. I just called it because they said that. And I'm like, they're not going to do a direct rehash of T2,
Yeah. Okay.
you know.
So I looked up what's going to be out when you're here. Knives
I
Out,
I
but
really
that's
want to
not
see
gonna be.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah, me too. But like none of these are like action movies where D box would be. I mean, maybe 21 Bridges if it was in D box could be cool. That'll
I
be
think Ford
out.
versus Ferrari. Think
You
about
think
like when they're
so?
going through the racetrack.
Yeah, you maybe you're right.
You know,
Yeah.
there's also Doctor Sleep that I want to see.
Yeah, but that's not going to be in D box by the time you get here.
No,
Charlie's Angels, which I do
no,
not want to see. That looks so bad.
that movie's gonna suck. I'm saying it
Dra-
right here on Couch Crunchers. Charlie's Angels is gonna suck more than the first one, and it
It's going to
sucks
be
because
awful.
Naomi Scott may be one of the most perfect human beings to ever walk this earth, and it's gonna suck.
Yeah, I like Naomi Scott, but it looks awful. It looks
Yeah,
awful. And I don't know why in the world they're doing this. But no one wants this. That's not true. There are
no.
people that want it, but the original Charlie's Angels wasn't that good to begin with. Why are we making a movie out of the whatever?
Well, the TV show's a hit,
It's
you
a
know,
hit. You're right.
but the last movie stunk, and they
Yeah.
made two of them, and they both
Yeah.
sucked.
Yeah. They were bad.
But I really want to see Midday. Midday's coming out.
That came out yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's out. But
Dude,
there's some good movies
I
coming
tell
out.
you what I really want to see, but it will not be out when you're here. 1917.
Yeah,
Holy
looks pretty good.
crap.
I
Dude, it's one continuous shot the entire movie.
what?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
actually, let me
that's
look that up.
awesome.
Let me look that up. But I'm pretty sure that's the case.
I shared the trailer on couchcrunchers.com.
Yeah. 1917 creators explain how they made the film to be one continuous shot. I am so excited about that. I think that sounds so cool. So, for context, um, what's it called? God of War. So I'm getting goosebumps because God of War did that. It's the first video game to ever make a video game in one continuous shot. So everything appears like there's no like cuts and cameras. It never cuts. So you'll have the camera behind you, and then it'll pan around and look at Kratos in the face and follow him around and like kind of zoom up and down, and like it
Interesting.
never cuts. Even when you fast travel to some places, it kind of does it in a creative way to where it still doesn't really cut.
Hmm.
It's really cool. I mean, granted, I guess you could call it cutting in the sense that it when you pause the game, but that I wouldn't count that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that doesn't count.
1917. If you watch the trailers, you can even see that it's one continuous shot. Like in some of the shots anyway. Like when he's running in the battlefield, you can see the camera kind of following him, and you can see other times where the camera's panning around people. And I just think that's so fascinating, and it's an artistic style that resonates with me, and I'm very, very excited about it.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm glad we're doing this as like this random segment talking about what movies we're excited about. We don't do this usually, and this is fun.
Can I say that I actually am kind of excited for The Grudge?
You can. I think you're dumb.
I
I'm just
like
kidding.
scary movies.
No,
I'm
you're
more
good.
excited about The Grudge than I am Doctor Dolittle.
Yeah, I haven't even watched the trailer for that. Sorry, that reminds me. Sorry, I'm looking at like release dates. Why are they releasing Cats the same day as Star Wars? I understand not everyone is going to want to see Star Wars, but that seems dumb.
Those things look haunting, dude.
They look
Those
awful.
things look as bad as what the original Sonic was going to look like.
Oh,
Like, it looks horrible. Who thought they should have just put them in the suits like they are in the play? Who thought that that was a good idea? And it looks absolutely stupid. That movie, I saw the trailer again last night. We went and saw Last Christmas, which, by the way, Last Christmas is a pretty good movie.
well, that's
I
good to
was,
know. My wife is going to go see it with some friends, which I'm kind of disappointed because Amelia Clark is one of my celebrity crushes, and I really wanted to go see
oh
it.
yeah, oh yeah. I turn to my wife every 5 minutes. I'm like, I like her.
She's so hot, dude. She is a beautiful, beautiful woman.
It is really good. I was surprised. We went because it's my wedding anniversary this week, and
That's right. Happy. Is it
uh,
10 years now?
9 years.
9. Okay.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
next one will be 10. But we went to go see Last Christmas, and I'm like, you know what? We're always going to see movies I want to watch. I really wanted to see Doctor Sleep, but it's our anniversary. We're gonna go see something my wife wants to see. So she wants to go see this movie, and it was between this and Black and Blue, but Black and Blue is not playing everywhere.
Really?
But yeah, for some reason. So we went and go see it, and for the first little bit of the movie, I'm like, oh, this is another, stupid Hallmark Christmas movie.
Yeah.
But then there's some turns in it and stuff, and you're like, wait a minute, what is going on? And I'm pretty proud of my wife because she got the ending before I did. And I was pretty proud of her because usually I'm the one that's like, this is going to happen. I watch enough movies. I probably watch more movies than most people I know.
Yeah.
And
you watch more than me, I think.
and I really study like plots and scripts and stuff like that. And she got this one before I did. Because when she told me what was going on, I was like, no, that's not going to happen. And it happened. I was like, holy heck, man. My wife actually got one, dude.
I have a theory of what's really going on, but I hope I'm wrong. But we can talk about that offline because I'm probably not going to see it for a long time.
It's pretty good.
Well, I want to see it, but Kelsey's not one to go to the movies twice, and she had some friends that really want to go see it, and I want to encourage her to go hang out with her friends. So
it's a movie that I would question you go seeing by yourself.
Yeah, I'm not going to go by myself.
I'm
not going to do that. I will go watch a lot of things by myself, but not a movie like that. That's a take my wife kind of a thing.
Yeah, but I was pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And Emilia Clarke,
Amelia.
She doesn't have an A at the end of her name.
Yeah, it's Emilia Clarke. That's not Emile. Her name is not Emile. I know, we're both looking it up. Yes, Emilia Clarke.
She does have an A at the end of her name?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she does. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, come on, man.
She's still hot. It doesn't change the fact that she's hot. But she needs to be in more things.
Yeah, why in the world have I not shared my screen yet? Jeez. Just kidding. I gotta, we're talking about this wonderful, wonderful human being.
And in this movie, she looks so, like, just kind of plain a little bit, and it works.
Well, I like that. This is from IMDb. I just like to go through the pictures. Terminator Genesis? Wow.
Matt just
interesting.
You don't remember she plays
No, I remember. I just watched it. I was just surprised that Terminator Genesis was so like close. Me Before You was really good, actually.
Yeah, it was good. So yeah. Matt says Charlie's Angels was awesome.
Oh, you've already seen it, Matt? Oh, here we go. This is her in the movie. I don't think she's that's not plain looking.
Not
I don't
plain,
think.
But she's not
she's got a lot of makeup on.
Right there she does because she's going through a rough patch in her life. But she's not dolled up. She doesn't look like sexed up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She usually doesn't. I don't know. Anyway.
But it's a good movie. I would recommend people go and watch it. But it's almost 9:00. Let's give our ratings for Terminator Dark Fate.
Yes, sir.
What
do you want me to start?
It? Yeah, go for it.
I don't know what Matt's saying F no to, but all right. I think I'll give it a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 couch cushions.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, what was the last movie that I gave a 4 out of 5 to?
Joker. You're a lot stricter with your ratings than me. So I'm not going to... It's not as good as Joker. I think I gave Joker a 4.5 out of 5. But it was fun, and I enjoyed myself. It's not a 3. It's not a 3.5. I mean, it could be a 3.5, but I think I'm going to give it a 4. I really enjoyed myself, and I really want to see it again.
5 out of 5 is... I don't know if a movie will ever come out that I give a 5 out of 5 to.
Yeah, you're too strict. You got to give 5 sometimes. 5 doesn't mean perfect.
Because that would be a perfect movie, and I have yet to see a perfect
movie doesn't exist. That's why you can't ever give a 5 out of 5 to a perfect movie.
Shaun of the Dead is a perfect movie. I would give Shaun of the Dead a 5 out of 5.
And that's the only movie you'd give a 5 out of 5?
And SLC Punk.
Okay, you're too strict. There should be a few more 5s in the world than 2.
Like what?
I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head, but
because they don't exist, buddy.
Oh, okay. Here, let me give you an example of what one shouldn't be. And I know
Corbin's a little late. Corbin, we're getting off in 10 minutes.
So Tyler says that, frick. Now I can see the picture, the poster in my head. Why can't I remember? Stuber. He said Super was a 5 out of 5, which he's crazy.
No. Did you watch it?
Yeah, it's like a 3 out of 5. It was good.
It was funny. It wasn't a
great.
masterpiece.
No. 5 out of 5. Let's see. Oh, Interstellar. I would give Interstellar a 5 out of 5. I'd probably give Arrival a 5 out of 5. I'd probably give Dark Knight. I think 4.5 out of 5 is probably what I'd give. Shutter Island. I'd probably give a 5 out of 5. Like, they're not perfect movies, but they're extremely well written and very like they're deep. You know what I mean? Like they're good. I almost gave Joker a 5 out of 5, but
no, I think this movie would get a 3.5 out of 5 for me.
Okay, that's a fair rating.
You know,
Corbin, what would you give? I just lost all credibility, Matt. What did I lose all credibility for?
No, he's saying me because I give Shaun of the Dead 5 out of 5.
Okay, fair enough. Corbin, did you watch Terminator?
He did not.
Well, leave, Corbin. Get out of here. I'm gonna boot you from our chat. Let's do this.
Corbin, your name dropped in the beginning of our show.
That's true.
Your name dropped in the beginning of our show, so you should listen to that. But no, 3.5 out of 5.
All right, cool.
I would see it again. I'm gonna buy it when it comes out. I enjoyed it.
I really did too. I thought it was really good.
I went to a pre-screening, and everybody walking out of the pre-screening enjoyed it. I didn't hear one bad thing in the pre-screening.
You went with my brother. What did he think?
He liked it.
Come on. I mean, he and I talked about it a little. Oh, you can't see my dog. Here, let me show you guys my doggo. Say hi, doggo. Say hi, Armin. Come here. Say hi. Isn't she so cute? She's so pretty.
But I didn't hear anybody saying anything bad about it, and it's a shame that no one's going and watching it. So
I'm disappointed about that. I'm actually looking up showtimes right now. If my wife is going to go to bed early, I might go tonight because I really liked it and I want to see it again.
But
yeah, 10:45. That's a little late. I still need to go to church in the morning.
So yeah, 3.5 out of 5. I'll probably go see it again. Max is definitely going to go see it again. I'd recommend anybody else to go see it. And yeah, I think that brings us to the end of our show.
Sounds good.
I was really worried that there was only going to be 2 of us on here and we were going to have lots of dead moments, but I think we did pretty good.
I think we did pretty good. There were a couple dead moments. I know I gave you a scare there when I took my headphones off and told you to keep talking. I know you don't like when I do that. And I didn't even have to get up and go pee.
Wow.
That's impressive for me, dude.
That's a major accomplishment.
I think last episode, Travis and I were on together, and we both went 3 times apiece. It was a 2.5 hour episode, though. It was a long one.
Yes, it was. Well, I just want to appreciate everybody that watching and everybody that's going to listen on Monday. I also want to say thank you to the people in Tucson that we gave some free shirts to and some pops. AE, Kitty Ireland, Katya, Michael, and Lydia all got some shirts and some pop figures, and we're a riot in our panels there in Tucson. Hopefully next Comic-Con Max will be able to come with us because we just had a blast. Sam, Tyler, Corbin, and I just had so much fun, and it was a blast. So Tucson was a major success, and can't wait to go back next year. If you have a chance, go follow us on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can do that by clicking below over here, I think, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And then we're going to be doing some giveaways here soon as well, so for some Funko Pops, some exclusive Funko Pops, which, as you can see, I'm a big fan of.
No.
Yeah, dude, I spent so much money in Tucson; it's ridiculous.
You gotta get your internet checked, man. Your video is so blurry.
But yeah, thank you for coming out tonight, and until next time, keep on geeking on.
Ciao.